Hey, welcome back to my studio. If you're new here, my name's Morgan and I make all things party and event. And today I want to show you how to put together this DIY PVC pipe balloon arch. This is one that will work both indoors and outdoors and is sturdy enough to withstand the elements. So follow along and I'll show you how I made it. To make the base of my arch, I'm using two pieces of 3/4 inch thick ACX plywood. And the ACX part means there's one really nice side, which is the A side, and then you've got the C side, which is this side. It's a little rougher and not quite as nice, so this is going to be the bottom side of my base, and I'm going to have the A side of the plywood facing up. I've cut each of these into a 24 by 24 inch square, and you can either purchase them in this size or buy a larger sheet and cut it down to 24 inches yourself, or you might even see if the hardware store will cut it to size for you. The edges of the square might be a little rough from the sawing process, so I'm going to take a piece of 220 sandpaper and just hit the very edges and corners of my base to knock off the high points. This doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, I just want to make sure I'm not going to cut myself on the edge of this. Next, I'm going to coat both pieces of plywood with this flat black latex paint. I'm going to put 2 coats of paint on this using my foam roller, making sure I get not only the top side of my pieces, but also the edges as well. I like to paint all of my balloon bases because not only does it protect the wood, but it also helps the base disappear into the backdrop once we start adding balloons. And black or white are both great colors to help make these bases disappear. To turn our pieces of plywood into bases, we need a little hardware, and I'll have everything listed in the description box below for future reference. For each base, you'll need a 3/4 inch black iron floor flange, and into that flange we'll screw in this 8-inch long 3/4 inch black iron nipple as well. To this, you'll also need 4 1/4 inch washers and 4 1-inch long plywood screws, and that's how we'll attach all of these fittings to our plywood base. When you purchase any black iron pieces, you'll notice that they're covered in grease. This helps protect the metal until they're purchased, but for our use, we need to clean all that grease off. So I'm going to use a paper towel as well as some degreasing spray to get that all off, because otherwise that grease is going to come off on your hands and your balloons, which is not something we want. Once the paint has dried on the bases, we need to find and mark the center point. So I'm going to take a ruler and align it with each corner and draw a line near the center with a pencil. The pencil will make it so I can see my X on the black paint, and once we've got that X made, we can align our metal floor flange right on top of it. So lay it right in the center, aligning each of the screw holes with one of the lines of the X. Once you've got it completely centered, then come back with that pencil and mark each of the screw holes. On each of those points, we're going to pre-drill out a spot for our screws. So using a drill bit just slightly smaller than my screws, I'm going to drill all 4 pilot holes, making sure I don't go all the way through the plywood. Realign the floor flange with the screw holes, and then layer on the washers, followed by our 4 wood screws. Now we want to make sure when we're putting in our plywood screws that we aren't over tightening them, because we can strip out the holes. So get those all nice and snug, and then add in the 8-inch nipple. Now the great thing is this can screw in and out for easy transportation. So when I'm done with my event, I can just unscrew this and it'll lay flat in the back of my car. Next, we need to cut some 2-foot long sections out of this 1/2-inch EMT or electrical conduit. Now this is going to slide into the 8-inch long nipple that we just screwed to the base, and this piece will help keep our arch from leaning in a direction we don't want it to go. I'm making a 20-foot arch today, so 2 24-inch long pieces of electrical conduit will add enough support for my arch, but if you're going to make an arch even larger than that, you may want to consider using 3-foot long pieces just to give you enough vertical support. But for me, 24 inches is going to be enough today. Now I'm going to cut these using this electric metal cutoff saw, but if you don't have a tool like this, you could always use a hacksaw, or even try asking your hardware store and see if they'll cut it for you. Now when you cut electrical conduit, there's probably going to be burrs on the end of it, and it's going to be sharp. So make sure once you cut it, you go in with a file or a pair of pliers and pull off all of those loose burrs, but this is going to be sharp on the ends, and we don't want to actually cut ourselves when we're trying to set up. So on the end of all of my pieces, I'm going to take a 2-inch long piece of duct tape and overlap the end of my pipe just slightly and wrap the tape all the way around, tucking the end of that tape into the inside of the pipe. Now this is going to help cover up the sharp edges of that pipe, but we don't want to put so much tape on this that it doesn't fit inside our 8-inch nipple when we go to assemble this. So use the smallest piece of tape you can to get coverage. In the same section as the electrical conduit at your hardware store, you'll also need 3 pieces of 3/4 inch PVC bell end conduit. It comes in 10-foot lengths, which would be enough to do a 20-foot arch, but you never want the center of your arch to be on a joint. So I'm actually going to be using 3 pieces of conduit, with the longest length being at the very peak of my arch. So first of all, I need to cut 2 of these pipes to 6 foot long, and they need to have the bell end attached to them. The bell end is what is going to make these pipes really easy to slot together. So I'm going to be measuring from the bell end, but because that bell end takes up about 2 inches, I'm going to add 2 inches to my total length. So my final measurement is actually going to be 6 foot 2 inches. So in total, my arch should be about 20 feet once I've got all my pipes cut. So once I get to that 6 foot 2 mark, I'm going to mark it with a permanent marker and then come in with a standard PVC pipe cutter. Now you could use a cutter like this, you could use a hacksaw, or you could also check with your hardware store and see if they'll cut it for you if they're super awesome. Repeat these measurements and cuts, so you've got 2 of these 6 foot long pipes, and then we're going to move over and cut an 8 foot long pipe, which we'll put at the very peak of our arch. The important thing is we need to cut off the bell end of this pipe. So we're going to measure from the straight end of the pipe our 8 foot length, and then cut off the end with the bell on it. That will make it so that this 8 foot piece will slot inside our 2 6 foot pieces really nicely. So go ahead and make your 8 foot mark, cut it off just like we did before, and then we can move on to assembly. To start off, I'm going to set both of my bases on the ground about 9 feet apart from center point to center point. Now it's not too breezy outside, so I'm not going to put any weights on them today, but if you are going to put them somewhere where there's a chance of a breeze or people bumping into them a lot, you may want to put weights on the base plates. Now into the nipple, I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 pieces of electrical conduit, and those will slide right in until they hit the bottom of the board. Then I'm going to take my first 6 foot piece with the bell end, and I'm going to slide my 8 foot long centerpiece right into that bell end. Each of these connections should be a really snug fit, so it may take a little wiggling and pushing to get the pipe to seat fully into the bell end, but the important thing is that that friction fit is nice and snug, because that's what's going to keep the entire frame of the arch together. If for some reason your connection seems a little loose or you're worried about it, you can always wrap tape over the joint, making sure you overlap it in a spiral. So once you've got that joint done, we're going to move on to the other end of the 8 foot pole, and using the bell end on that 6 footer, I'm going to slide the 2 together in the exact same way. Once I've got those connected, I have this long 20-foot section of pipe, and I'm going to take one end of that and bend it over the top of that electrical conduit, and it should slide right over it and sit on the very end of that 8-inch nipple. Now if you're worried about this connection, you could also add a little bit of tape here. This 8-inch nipple is going to add more length to your arch in total. So when you're adding up the length of the arch you need for whatever party you're doing, make sure you don't forget to add that 8 inches on each side to your total length. This size arch is great for a double doorway or a stairwell, which is where I'll be using it, but you can always change up the lengths of your pipes to make this arch bigger or smaller. Today's tutorial was inspired by Sandy Missouri's arch, so I'll leave her channel linked below if you'd like to check out some of her balloon projects as well. I hope you're inspired by today's project and give this one a try. This is an inexpensive way to build a large air-filled balloon arch. And if you'd like to learn how to make an organic balloon arch to go on top of this frame, check out next week's video where I'll show you how to do just that. So until next time, check out some of my other videos over here, and remember, stay creative everybody! Bye!